what's up, Groovy Ghoulies? I am back with a new review, and it's going to be Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness! And this is going to be a mostly spoiler review. So I think I will start it out with a couple things. First off, hey, buy my comic at manospublishing.com in print and digital. Also, I am going to do a little bit of a non-spoiler review. I liked it. Okay, now, if you haven't seen the film yet, go fuck off and go see the movie. If it's at the theater or if it's on Disney Plus already, by the time you watch this, go enjoy it and then come back. You can start right here. And let's go with this Multiverse of Madness. Now, this is not to be confused with another film that's also in theaters dealing with the multiverse, and it's quite mad. That's Everything Everywhere All at Once. The big difference between the two is one of them has fight scenes with dildos and butt plugs, and the other one has Elizabeth Olsen in it. So you can basically use that as the way to decipher the two. So, hey, we're picking up kind of where we left off in some places. First thing, we start off like with a boom. This is by the oh god, I haven't even talked about the people who made this thing. Sam Raimi directed it, and he's back. Yay! I miss Sam Raimi. I haven't seen a Sam Raimi movie in years. The last thing he did was like that okay Oz movie. But this has Benedict Cumberbatch, Elizabeth Olsen. Let's see, Benedict Wong. We have two Benedicts in this movie. Let's see, and it's we went with
I believe it's pronounced Chochiti.
Chochiti Gomez. My apologies if I got that wrong. And Rachel McAdams. And okay, we go right into it because we see a version of Doctor Strange try and save America, Chavez, and it looks like they're cornered. And he goes, "Okay, you know what? I can't save you, so I'm gonna kill you." And she's like, "What? that's completely against what you were going to do. You were trying to save me." And she's able to escape. He gets killed, and she is constantly chased by the monster. At the same time, we get Doctor Strange going to, let's see, Christina? It's Christina, right? Christina's wedding. She's getting married to this new guy because, hey, life goes on, and, you know, that's how things go. And it's actually a kind of sweet scene. And it's interrupted, of course, by a monster fight, this thing trying to kill America. And, you know, Wong shows up as well. They have this wonderful battle with the monster. And they save her, and, of course, she says, "Oh, hey, Doctor Strange, I literally just got done with you. Somebody's trying to kill me. Somebody's trying to kill me in order to use my powers in order to cross the multiverse. And I asked for your help, but you tried to kill me." And he's like, "Well, I'm a different guy. I'm a different Doctor Strange." And, of course, they prove it by actually showing him his own corpse from a different universe, which, I'll be honest, that's a pretty big argument to make, so that's usually a good one. So, I really enjoyed a few things. There's a brief mention of the film they just did with Spider-Man, and it's funny how not in trouble he is for that. And that's actually brought up by Wanda, of course. Because one of the things is like, "Oh, hey, you're traveling in the multiverse. I think there's somebody who can help you." And he goes to Wanda. And this is the plot twist, and the early plot twist is that Wanda's the one that's chasing her in the first place. And she's sent monsters after them. So, you know, they decide to hold her up at the, I don't know, the Castle of Wizards that they live at and, you know, control, you know, from the first film. That doesn't go well, because she kind of, like, tears through these guys pretty effectively. And it's one of those things, like, it's really cool to see how, when in control and when she is, like, aware of her powers and all the things she can do, how well she can do them. It's been a while since I've seen her whisper in someone's ear to kind of, like, you know, take over their mind. I don't know if I've seen that since Age of Ultron, really, that kind of, like, effect. And that was really nicely done. They chase them off to another universe, which is a little bit different, but it's controlled by the Illuminati, and this is where we get to the, you know, the famous cameo thing we've been all debating about and all excited about. You know, it's funny. Everyone's been excited to see, like, Reed Richards and the X-Men, and you know, maybe it's maybe that's Captain Marvel, or maybe it's like Tony Stark played by Tom Cruise and shit like that. And I have been waiting for two things, and this is a Sam Raimi movie, so I've been waiting for Bruce Campbell and Bruce Campbell's Oldsmobile to show up. I'm actually more excited to see the Oldsmobile than Reed Richards. And I got those. Those were delivered. Bruce Campbell's cameo was very funny. And, hey guys who thought he was going to show up as Ash or some Marvel character, have you not seen any of these movies? Have you not seen any of Sam Raimi's movies? Come on, piece it together. I mean, does Bruce play anybody significant in the Spider-Man movies? No, he plays some asshole he runs into each time. And that's what happens here. And you blink if you miss it, the Oldsmobile, and it's actually very nicely used in the background of the scene. Okay, so anyway, we get this kind of detour where they get stuck in this other dimension. They're captured by the Illuminati, and that's where he runs into Christine again. And they think they're safe because, hey, Scarlet Witch can't get us, but she can get them through the Wanda of that universe, and she puppeteers her. And what's really cool is how she turns her into a Deadite. It's amazing. We see Wanda get turned into a Deadite in this movie. And that's, of course, we get that big chase scene all throughout. And I don't want to really kind of like spoil too much, but essentially, and I don't want to, especially if you've seen the movie, I don't want to really repeat every detail. We, of course, go back and forth. We don't go through too many multiverses here. The film very wisely sticks to the story, and it's mostly Wanda's story. And this film, I think, picks up very nicely from WandaVision. And I know there has been... actually, no, I'll get to that. I'll get to that complaint about the WandaVision ending. But this film does a nice job of doing the parallels of characters who are trying to control everything. And that's kind of one of Doctor Strange's problems as a person. Like, he's always been this kind of egomaniac who thinks he can control everything. And giving him ultimate magic power was probably a bad idea and a good idea at the same time. And he is having this kind of like feeling like, of like loss of like trying to control things, and like, with what happened with Thanos and what happened with Christine and all that kind of thing, and feeling like the need to maybe control more. And then the Wanda thing hits, and she is also going through the same problem, and she has really dealt with it poorly and is now in kind of a downward spiral. And one of the things I like about this film is it doesn't come down too harshly on Wanda for her decisions. It almost, for the film, mostly feels terrible for her. And, this person who is the villain of the movie, but she's actually one of the most sympathetic comic book villains in a film. We always talk about how great it is that the villain can be sympathetic. Well, this is a character we've seen for years and have, like, kind of like related to and fall in love with and rooted for, and we've seen her in this bad downward spiral, and now she's kind of playing the part of a villain, and it really does create this really strong emotion of like being split on like fighting her and like escaping her and like helping her at the same time. And of course this is a lesson that Strange learns as well as Wanda. And of course America's kind of going through that too, because she feels like she's abused her powers in the context of this film. She blames herself for her mother's disappearing like that. And she doesn't have that much of a character arc compared to the other two, but you do essentially see her kind of rise up. And one of the things I like about the ending is this is Strange kind of like going, you know what, I don't have the answers, America can do this, I'm going to just trust someone else to do something. And that's kind of a wonderful scene as well. Let's see, as far as the acting is concerned, Jesus Christ, Elizabeth Olsen has just backed up the acting truck for the last couple of projects. For WandaVision, where she was just all over the place, doing everything. And this as well, where she's sympathetic and horrifying at the same time. Man, it's so cool to see her do that Sam Raimi stuff. I love it. Benedict Cumberbatch is quite engaging in this. He has a lot of really good meaty material. The original Doctor Strange, I feel like, is one of my least favorite MCU films, in that it really feels kind of detached, and this one kind of like goes against that. It really kind of rubs, you know, his problem in his own face a lot. And, you know, everybody I think is very good. Benedict Cumberbatch is excellent, and Rachel McAdams has surprisingly amount of meaty role here. The Christine in this movie is mostly the Christine from another universe, and she's really interesting. Because she is kind of like dealing with the loss of her Stephen Strange, and she also has this wonderful fight scene, with some like evil spirits, which I gotta say, the scene where he controls his own dead body and fights souls and turns them into his cloak is pure Sam Raimi. Oh my god! Like, you know, the rest of the movie could have been shit, and this scene would have like vindicated the whole movie for me. I was like, well, that was a terrible movie, but boy, man, that evil soul cloak scene was saving the movie for me. That's kind of how awesome that was. But I really enjoyed that part. Where am I going here? Overall, I did want to talk about a couple things. There is this kind of criticism I've seen. This is one of the good points about being able to review a film after I've seen other people talk about it. So I can maybe talk about the fact that I've heard people criticize the fact that this backtracks on Wanda's development in WandaVision, and I don't know what last scene they saw in WandaVision, but she didn't seem like she was in a good place. She lost everything. She lost even more by the end of that season. And her last scene, she seemed kind of sinister in the way they portrayed her. Like she had come out the other side worse for wear. And I don't think that was like, I don't know. I didn't really see anything really openly positive about the way she was at the end of that series. So I think this picks up. Now, of course, there is the scene. Of course, this is spoiler, so she does seem to have that kind of wake-up moment that, you know, she has gone off the deep end and decides that she should punish herself by destroying the castle around her. And I don't know. I don't think she's dead. I don't think that's the end of her story. The only one who can decide that is Elizabeth Olsen herself. If she goes, you know what, I'm done. This is a good ride. Thanks a lot. I'm out of here. Then she's dead. But I don't know. I think I can see several different ways of her coming back, and they're all engaging and exciting. Now, of course, that's if they choose to do any of these. But maybe I'll do that for a separate video, because I feel like that's kind of talking about something for a while, and I want to focus on the review. But I really do enjoy this film, and it's so good to see Sam Raimi playing around in the Marvel Universe. I think he did a wonderful job being Sam Raimi, and yet kind of fitting into the universe. And that's kind of one of the things I hope will continue with MCU films and TV shows, that creators can still be creators and artists, but still work within this playing field, you know, with continuity and you know, with the other characters. Just like the comic books, you know, you can be a Frank Miller or a you know, Kelly Sue DeConnick, and, you know, be a real artist and stuff like that, and still kind of work in this area and still not, you know, ruin everything. You know, that's kind of one of the things. It's okay that, you know, there's like there's a framework to work in, and the best projects I think that come out of stuff like this, you know, find that healthy balance, and this I thought did. So hey, I kind of liked it, and that's a bit of talk. I would probably give this I don't know, like maybe 5 out of 5 Ram chips, I think. It's definitely worth checking out. It's better than the first Doctor Strange film, I think, by far. And I think it's a nice successor to WandaVision. So if you really enjoyed WandaVision, this is kind of a heartbreaker. It really does really does go for it. And if you're a Sam Raimi fan, come on back. He's still got it. So really did enjoy that. So hey, what did you, the folks at home, what did you think of Doctor Strange and the collision course with wackiness? You can let me know in the comments below. There's I don't know, there's a like button, there's a notification bell. I don't know why. You can just hit subscribe too. I don't know why there's a difference, but hey, hit them both if you haven't watched any of my videos before. And you can support me, Manos, the Real Manos, and the Manos Publishing, just $1 a month over Patreon. And don't forget, Red Knight is available in print and digital over at Manos Publishing. And I do have a Kickstarter coming out this summer, so I hope to see you there, folks. I think that's it, so push the button.